it said you could fix the camera settings in the thing. I think right now, just so you know, are you filming?
I am filming.
Okay. I think right now, my anxiety is really high. Because the past week I've noticed that I've been super anxious. Like more than I ever felt before. Like a lot of things that like if I have to explain something or do something, I can tell that I'm very anxious about trying to explain or make the person understand or be understood. Or even if I have something I need to do, I'm kind of like I feel like I'm finally understanding it.
Right.
And like before I would not be able to be like, oh, this is my anxiety. But now I'm able to be like, this is my anxiety. And I can be like, okay, that's okay. Like instead of being like, oh my gosh, why am I like this? You know, like now I feel like I can understand it, and that makes me accept it and cope with it more. Instead of being like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I explain this right? Or why, like if someone misunderstands me, like I'm just like, okay, they just misunderstand. I don't need to explain anymore. Okay, instead of being like, no, they need to understand, like, because it makes me more anxious. Yeah. Just letting it go and be like, I'm being anxious right now. Stop. Like, I'm still gonna be anxious, but I don't need to put more energy into the situation. Yeah. Because sometimes I'll end up over-explaining myself. Right. Because I'm so anxious about getting the other person to understand me. Or if I don't understand them, then I'll just like get really into it, and that might frustrate the other person. Yeah, so I don't feel bad about it. Like now I'm like, okay, I'm anxious. And it's like, it allowed me to be able to consider the other person, because I think if I hadn't recognized it, since I am aware of it now, that this is anxiety, because before, you know, like a year ago, I didn't know that I had anxiety. It was a year ago that I had realized I have anxiety. Before that, I would have just kept going, like, this is here, and I probably would have annoyed the person. But by me being able to, like, recognize I'm a bit anxious right now and be like, hey, sorry, but right now I'm kind of like, you know, doing like this, you know, like I have this different energy right now, I can let them know, you know, yeah, I recognize that, you know, and I guess it kind of leaves them, it makes them aware instead of just being like completely annoyed and me not recognizing it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like I'm more at peace with myself now that I'm aware of like how I am, how I deal with situations, how I react to certain things, and then also like I'm able to cope with it, and I think that's a good thing. Okay. Positive things.
I like when you talk, by the way.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to like get that out, because this is the first time that these past few months is the first time that I'm able to be like, this is my anxiety. Yeah. Yeah. And so it's like, you know, I could talk about all kinds of things, but like right now, in this moment, I recognize how my anxiety came up. And yeah, it was nice to be able to talk about that for a second. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's nice to be I think I'm a very self-aware person. But I think in this area of anxiety, it's only recently that I've become self-aware in the realm of anxiety, where I'm able to recognize it. In other areas, I'm able to recognize how I would react in a certain situation. But now I'm able to understand myself when it comes to anxiety. I feel like I'm able to cope better because I can mentally prepare now that I know where my anxiety comes up. Yeah. And I think that goes back to me being more self-aware in terms of my anxiety, because now I can be like, okay, I'm having a meetup. Before my meetup, I need to mentally prepare, and then when I go there, I can be better. And even during my meetup, if I notice that I'm anxious, I can kind of let it, like, it's like when you have a negative thought and then you can just let it pass. Or you can kind of step away from yourself and be like, okay, this is what it is, and let it go. Yeah, I can cope better, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to give a special shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much. And if you would like to become a patron on Patreon, be sure to check the link in the description box. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.